Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've decided to do this video in black and white. Anyways, okay, so where we left off, I was talking about how I had left the Mexican man who was 28 years older than me for a young white man who was like 3 years younger than me. And that would be Jay. Okay, well, one thing I had failed to mention before, maybe I did, I don't know. But Jay comes from a very racist, prejudiced family. So, as you can imagine, that was a problem. I remember him and we were going out on our third date, and he would always meet me at my job, right? So, on the third date, he was late by like an hour. So, he comes, rip-roaring into the parking lot late, and he was telling me how bad his day was, his car broke down, this and that, and then the last thing he told me was, oh yeah, and my mom died. And he really wasn't showing any emotion, which, I can only assume that he was in shock. I mean, we all grieve differently, I mean, it is what it is. Can't fault him for that. And then I think that same night, he had taken me into Port Orchard, which is across the Tacoma Narrows Bridge in Kitsap County, Washington. He had taken me there so I could meet his stepdad, D. So I met this dude, and, they were talking about, the memorial and what they were planning to do for Jay's mom because D was married to Jay's mom, hence, him being Jay's stepdad and all. So, they were talking about this and that. Yeah, see, it's hard for me to recall some of this stuff, But one thing that I do remember is that D had invited me. He ended up inviting me to Jay's mother's wake, which obviously, looking back on it, it was not a good idea because that whole wake was full of a bunch of angry, racist people, including, Jay's biological dad. So that ended up presenting a whole new set of problems. Yeah, so what I also had heard, from Jay is that, his dad liked to call me the N-word a lot. Which, of course he never said to my face, but he was talking about me behind my back. Yeah, so that's how that went down. Dude, I'm no good at these videos. Like I said, I'm going to have to start writing things down. I cannot get my thought process right in order to verbalize what I'm trying to say, at least, to where I'm not sounding like some kind of bumbling idiot, you feel me? Yeah. So I ended up going, with Jay to his mother's wake, and it was just, it was really, really sad. And I remember being there to support him and him resting his head on my shoulder, and, it was really, really sad. I also remember his dad being there and walking straight past me, not even saying hello, not saying nothing to me. You know what I mean? And I guess Jay's grandfather on his mother's side was a big-time Nazi sympathizer. And he was there, too. And, he doesn't like my kind either, obviously. I mean, 100% of the Nazis out there don't, obviously. But I guess he had taken Jay aside and said, oh, well, she's pretty, though. Which I guess I'm supposed to take that as a compliment. So, whatever. So, yeah, it ended up just, being a mess. An argument broke out between different people. It had nothing to do with me, but I was witness to it, and that was not good. And then later on, not very long after that, my oldest brother died. So this was back in 2001. I believe my brother died October 2001. I cannot tell you what day. But I can tell you that when my family and when we went, to my brother's funeral, Jay was nowhere to be seen. Here I had supported him through what he went through. Do you think he would support me? Heck no, not at all. And, once again, that's another red flag. There was a million red flags being waved all over the place. And I was like, kind of like, one of those, like all of those Budweiser horses, how they have the blinders on and they're just trotting along without a care in the world. Yeah, that was me at the time. Clearly, I would learn and, live to regret that. And you'll find that out later on. Now I have to go because I'm bumbling way too much. I hope you all have a great night. And if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe, but only if you want to. God bless y'all. Have a great night. Bye.